Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and get your free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. More information coming up in the middle of this episode. But for now, let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Jumbled, your favorite podcast about nothing. I'm Zach.
And I'm Johnny.
Hey, what's going on, Johnny?
Not too much, you know. I was supposed to be golfing today. And, of course, so Alberta has two options for summer. And granted, in Canada, summers are short. We have forest fire smoke, meaning it's so smoky that, like, you physically can't go outside. Like, Health Canada sends out warnings, like, don't exercise outside because there's so many particulates in the air.
Right.
Or we have this year where it just rains all the fucking time.
You've had a summer, just a monsoon summer, a Canadian monsoon.
Canadian monsoon. Like today, it was a nice 75 all during the workday, sunny, beautiful. We're at work. I'm like, fuck yeah. A guy on my team who works in Edmonton, a different city than me, he's in town. We have a big event this weekend that we're gonna work it, and he's like, "Hey, like I'm gonna bring my clubs. Do you want to golf?" Fuck yeah, I want to golf. That'd be awesome. So we planned this last week. Weather looks good. Check the rain report today. As the day starts coming to an end, it's getting a little bit cloudy.
Yeah.
Goddamn weather, man! It's full of shit. I swear to God, they don't know their ass from their elbow. And so it says 40% chance of rain between 6 and 7. Less than 1 millimeter of rain, which is pretty small.
Shit. Yeah.
I think you know what millimeters are.
Yeah, no, I have a vague understanding of what a millimeter is, yes.
So then we check the radar, and we're like, okay, the radar shows this storm that's just rolled in out of nowhere, missing the city. So I take him to where he's staying. He picks up his clubs. He changes. We go to my house. I change, get my clubs, and we get halfway to the golf course, and then just lightning, boom, crash, black skies, like a tornado's coming, and it's just pissing rain so hard. It's like, okay, well, I guess we're not golfing, and we're supposed to meet another person that we work with there. So we text her and was like, hey, course is closed, so we're not gonna golf. We're gonna go grab some wings and whatever. Yeah. And she lives on the other end of the city, so she bailed, which I don't blame her. So we go back, we pick up Allie, and then we go to a little local pub and we do our thing, have some wings on wing night, which is weird that it's wing night on Tuesday. I feel like it should be wing Wednesdays all the time. Wing
Wednesday is Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, but I appreciate that I now have 2 wing nights.
There you go. It's winning.
It's winning. So so then we have wings, and then we get out, and boom, perfectly fucking sunny. I was like, you motherfuckers, I want the job as the weatherman because they clearly don't know how to predict the fucking weather. It's like they flip a coin.
I think that the what do they call it? The Doppler radar that they're always talking about. It's bullshit, dude. I think they're just making it up.
Full of shit. Straight doo-doo. Just a bunch of poopy.
I'm sorry your golfing outing got canceled. That sort of sucks.
Yeah, it's okay. You know what? I had a good time. We talked shop, got some work done, hung out a bit. It was fine. And I'm home early because I wouldn't be getting home until for like at least another hour or so. And then we would have had to record late. And
that's what I figured. Yeah. Yeah. I figured when you texted me, I was like, oh, that's earlier than I anticipated because I know you're saying not till 9 your time.
Yeah. So now we can just pound this out real quick. I got a new motorcycle helmet waiting for me upstairs that I'm really excited to unbox and set up. Shit.
You should have just done it live on the podcast and tried to pay attention to me at the same time.
I figured, one, it would be loud. 2, it's really not that engaging for our listeners. Unless I was doing a video. If we were doing video, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm always amazed at the amount of unboxing videos, how many views they get. Like, why the fuck would I want to watch you open this new item? If you're doing a review on, I watch reviews all the time, very heavily in doing to my research. I'm, as you know, very impulsive. but those impulses come with me doing a shit ton of homework to truly make the right decision.
Right.
For example, my Apple Watch purchase.
Great segue. So
I'm a fucking master now.
you are, man. You're getting. You know what, Johnny? You're sort of overshadowing me here, and
no, that's not true.
I don't appreciate it. So I just want to say that
this podcast would not exist and would not continue to exist without you. Let the viewers know. I maybe talk a little faster and a little louder. It's just because I'm fucking crazy. Yeah. Zach really keeps this shit show rolling, so thank you to you.
Of course. So let's talk about your Apple Watch. I've got my Apple Watch. I'm rocking it right now.
What series do you have?
It's just the first one. The
first one. So this is good news. I like that you're an IT guy.
Yeah.
And you're rocking the Apple Watch 1 still.
Yeah.
Which means that there's longevity. Because I'll be honest, I meant to.
I just did a software. I just did a software update on this thing like this
still
week.
Runs good.
Yeah, still runs great.
Fuck yeah. So I meant to. I was hoping we would record last week when I had some issues and you had some issues. Was I wasn't fully committed. I was gonna buy it like that week, and then I was like, oh, I don't know, and like Apple Watch 5 might come out in September, but then I heard rumors on Reddit that it's probably not going to, and they're talking about 2020 release. So I was like in this huge dilemma of, one, I didn't know for sure if I wanted an Apple Watch, because there's another watch that I really wanted.
Sure.
They're about the same price, and I'll talk about it. But then I was like freaking out of like, well, fuck, am I going to get Apple Watch 4? And then in 2 months, Apple Watch 5 is going to come out. But they don't really look that different, so I don't think anyone would know, and I don't really care. And to hear that Apple Watch 1 still functions,
oh yeah, dude,
I'm into it.
Absolutely.
I'm happy.
Well, that's the thing about Apple devices is, honestly, if you treat them right, they hold up for a long time.
Yeah. Have you broken yours? Like, did you get Apple Care, or has it been pretty durable?
No, it's been pretty durable. I mean, it's not like, the thing that I like about the newer ones is, number one, they have like a built-in LTE chip.
I do have that.
So you don't have to take your phone with you on a hike, working out. Yeah. Or if or what's the other? Oh, it's got like the water resistance is I do
better. Like the water resistance as well, especially today when I was wandering around outside in a fucking monsoon.
Yeah, like mine, I think I don't have to be worried about like washing my hands, but like with the newer ones, they have like, it's really ingenious because they built in like motors, like little vibration motors.
Oh yeah,
like if you take a swim after you get out of the pool, your wrist vibrates. That's actually pushing water out of
that's
the speaker
pretty cool,
ports. Yeah. It's really crazy how they did that. But
so this purchase took me 2 years to decide on.
So you've been mulling it over for 2 years?
Mulling it over. One, I have one watch that I truly love. My mom bought it for me as a graduation present from Graceland. I still have it, still like it. But that was a long time ago. Like, it's seen its day. Like, it's pretty worn out. I could probably get a new band from it. It's a sweet Nixon. I love it dearly. It has sentimental value.
Yeah.
But I'm also a large guy, and I tend to bang my hands on everything. So like, watches freak me out a little bit.
Sure.
What the decision really came down to is I was between an Apple Watch and a Garmin Tactics at the time when I started this 2-year process. It was a Bravo. Now they have the Charlie. So the Garmin, I think, does some cooler shit along the lines of backcountry and GPS and navigation. The Apple Watch can do it, but it's not as good. Doesn't have like a built-in barometer. What's that?
Altimeter.
Altimeter, yeah. Altimeter and like the built-in compass. So the Garmin has that really well. Where the Apple truly wins is day-to-day functions. So it took me 2 years to decide, do I want to buy an $800 watch that half-ass functions as a daily watch, but will kill it in the backcountry when I'm hunting, hiking, camping? Yeah. Or do I want a watch that kills it from day-to-day functions, but may or may not work as far as like a backcountry watch will go, or durability? So what was really one of the big tipping points was we have unlimited data now on our cell phone plans in Canada, which is a big thing because we get fucked in the cell phone department.
Yeah.
So I was looking online, and then I saw they had a promo for the Apple Watch, and you could finance it. I'm using air quotes on your phone plan for 0% interest.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's a lot easier for me to spend $30 a month on a watch than to spend $800 flat.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
and there's no option for that for Garmin. I did some more research, and Apple Watch 4 had really good reviews. I have a couple friends who have them, who love them, and obviously you're still rocking yours. So
yeah, man.
I went in to change my phone plan and was like, yo, fuck it, let's get a Watch 2 while I'm here.
Hook me up.
Hook me up, baby.
What finish did you go with?
The black. I'm
You just
straight
got black?
black in it. Straight black in it. They only had black or gold when I was there, and gold is cool, but I wanted something that was a little sleek and
Sure.
not too flashy, and I like the black, honestly.
Yeah.
So
I have the I think it's space gray is what they call it.
yeah, it's called
for
space
the-
gray, but this is not space gray. This is fucking black. Okay, like come
No,
on.
yeah, the face is definitely black. Yeah. No, I love my watch. It's still motoring along. I think the battery is probably the one thing that I've noticed doesn't do too well, but it gets me a day and a half on a charge usually.
That's not bad. So now
And
the question is,
if I were going to take it off every night and charge it, then it'd be a different story. I'd be fine every day.
So,
but
do you
but
do
then
that?
it doesn't.
Is it bad for your battery to do that?
I mean, typically you would want to let your battery at least, I think it's once a month, fully drain. It's the same thing as your cell phone. At least once a month, you want to let your battery fully drain so it depletes itself so you can recharge it. Obviously, the Apple Watch is gonna die a little bit more often than your phone will.
I don't even know how to see my battery. How do you see?
So
your battery?
if you swipe up from the bottom. Oh, hold up. If you swipe up from the bottom, it should have your percentage there. It should say I'm at 66% right now. Not working.
57%. Whoa, they said this was 5 days. It's supposed to be.
I mean,
have
you put it through a charge?
I did a full charge. I have a flashlight on this thing?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the screen lights up.
Oh man, remember when that was the flashlight function?
Yeah, dude, I do.
Wait,
remember.
what does the raindrop do?
I actually don't know. I think that's something that is specific to your watch because I don't have that function. It's probably the vibration, right? Is that what?
Yeah, it just did some weird shit. You can like force water out of it. Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, I've got. Ooh, Johnny, you know what this means?
What? We can walkie-talkie.
We can walkie-talkie, dude. All day long. I'm gonna walkie-talkie you in the middle of like a really important meeting.
Wait, does it automatically go off?
I mean, you can, before you go into a meeting, you can turn it off. If you have it enabled, that's probably the best call.
I wish it only showed the people that had. Oh, I have to invite you. Fuck.
Yeah. Well,
should not have started this. Zach Oxley is not available for walkie-talkie. You can only chat with people who also have an Apple Watch.
What do you mean?
Oh, get fucked.
Hold up.
You're a phony.
Dude, I'm rocking it right now. I have my Apple Watch right here. I don't know.
Not according to my Apple Watch, which is far superior to your no Apple Watch.
It's true. It's true, man. I don't know. We'll figure this out another time.
Yeah, we'll mess with this later. But Zach, I have a real question for you here.
Sure. Yeah.
This is a little off topic, but did you dye your beard?
No, I didn't.
Your beard looks excessively black, and I always remember it being kind of browny red. And I don't know if it's the lighting from this sweet bukkake view we got going on, but
yeah, it's probably the lighting. Hold up, I'm gonna shine a light on it, and you'll see. Because I definitely did not.
Oh yeah, there's the brownie. So it's just some funky lighting. But yeah, you're looking extra dark, like a very piratey beard.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the booty.
I was just gonna make a booty joke. So anyways, day 2 with the Apple Watch.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with it. It's cool. The like draw text thing is a little bit weird.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
don't
as
utilize
fast
that.
as actually texting, but it's good in a pinch. I will say that.
It is good in a pinch. I think I still utilize Siri a lot for my Apple Watch to send messages and do dictation. Dictations, and stuff like that. So,
suck it, Zach. Oh, it sent it to you. How cool is that?
Yeah, it should be coming through.
Oh, is it like a notification?
Yeah, hold on. I don't know if it just happened or not. You suck. We're doing this live on the podcast, by the way. This is great podcasting.
This is dual conversations right now. You're getting 2 conversations for the price of 0 conversations. Y'all better be appreciative of the effort we put into this.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But yeah, it's I'm pretty stoked. You know what I really like about it? One, because I wasn't wearing watches really regularly, and I'd be in meetings, and I'd be like, "Oh, what time is it? I can't see." And you never want to pull your phone out in a meeting,
right? But when you look at your watch, for some reason, it's like
it's okay,
acceptable. Yeah,
yeah. Well, you can also just kind of keep it low and just like give your wrist that little flick, and you can just quickly see the time. Especially when you have back-to-back meetings, I'm like, "Hey, you can just shut up. I got to get going."
Right.
Before I just had to guess. It just always gambled. It just flew by the seat of my pants. Of like, how much time do I have to get to my next meeting, and am I running red lights or what? Right. Or I have time to stop for coffee. I also really like it when I get notifications. So like my phone, I'm very limited on the notifications that I send to my watch. But I like it when I get notifications and my phone is vibrating. I'm like, oh, who's calling me? Again, I don't want to like pull out my phone and it's a robocaller.
Right.
But if it's the real, like, you know, someone that I think I should talk to, I can see it quickly on my watch and be like, oh, I need to take this, or ignore, or text messages really quickly. You know, I'm a supporter of it. I would like to do a thorough review of it, like we did with the iPhone. Yeah. I have to say, iPhone 10, still loving it. Still the best phone I've had.
It's a great phone. I've got the 10 as well.
I could live without the face recognition. I don't think that's fantastic. I like the full screen for the most part.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's got to be a better way.
Yeah, I really miss Touch ID. I find that I'm missing Touch ID a lot. So, I don't know. Apparently, within the next couple of years, they're going to be somehow integrating Touch ID into the display, which should be interesting for the iPhones. And
you'd think that would be like a natural way to do that somehow, but I don't know. Right. I'm not super smart like that. I have a Apple Watch question for you. One complaint I do have, but it's probably user error.
Okay.
I don't like that if I open the face and it shows like all your apps, that if I have a text message, it doesn't show like a little red 1 in the bubble.
Yeah, I feel like there's just not a whole lot of room for it. I mean, they could put a little circle there, but yeah, I mean, some sort of indicator, at least, a little red circle, maybe not a number inside of it, but just to alert you that there's something.
There's definitely pixel space there to put a little red something to say, hey, you got something here.
Right, or just like an animation, like a flashing animation or something to alert a notification or something.
Exactly.
There are options. I agree.
That would be the big selling feature on Apple Watch 5, and then Daddy's going to have to upgrade.
Do you get an upgrade for the Apple Watch since you've...
No,
is it the same as phones?
It's not upgradable. I think I'll be fine. And everything else I read too on Reddit was like, hey, if you need the watch now, this is a great watch. Apple Watch 5 hasn't been confirmed. There are people still rocking older versions. Someone else in my office has an Apple Watch 3. She loves it. She was a big help in me making the purchase, actually. Mm-hmm. They're like, if you really, really feel like you need the upgrade, sell the Apple Watch 4, eat the $100 loss, and get the new one.
Right.
Like, quit bitching about it. You're never going to have the up-to-date phone, right?
That's true. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be buyers. Yeah, there's going to be buyer's remorse. Just go ahead if you need it now, and it's something that fits your life, and get it.
I had some fucking heavy buyer's remorse. After, like the second I walked out of the Rogers store with this fucking thing, where I was like,
yeah,
why did I buy this? Like, John, you've been researching this for 2 years. You have all the information and the budget to like buy it. Like, what are you complaining about here, kid?
Right.
But I was just like, it's a big purchase, right? And I was like, wow,
sure.
wow, I just spent $800 on a watch. I'm like, well, I technically only spent $35 today.
Right.
And in next month, you'll spend another $30. So, whatever.
Right. All right, hold up a second. Let's talk about our sponsor for today's podcast, Audible. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and get your free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. Guys, how did this happen already? It's already August. We've crept into my birthday month, which, by the way, August 14th, if you guys really care at all, that's going to be... I think it'll be the day before episode 128. So send me some love. But we're going to send you some love by giving you this offer for Audible. The book that we are going to, the audiobook rather, that we're going to be talking about this month is called Comedy Sex God by Pete Holmes. Now, if you don't know Pete Holmes, he's a comedian, stand-up comedian, very, very funny. So this book talks about Pete's life. He grew up evangelical Christian right outside of Boston, Massachusetts. And so he didn't do drugs or alcohol or premarital sex, anything like that. So he lived his life pretty straight-laced growing up. In his older years, he's moved to a post-spiritual life, post-religion life, rather. And this book sort of just talks about his trials, things that he's learned through his life, and these two very different realities that he finds himself living in. The one that he used to live in, the one that he currently lives in. I think it's sort of an examination of what we all sort of deal with, right? We all are led to believe the world a certain way. You grow up, you get maybe a little bit jaded. You get a little bit wise to how the world works, and suddenly the world's a different place. So this is that take from the perspective of Pete Holmes. Sounds like a very interesting audiobook. I've not given a listen yet, but I do have a credit for this month, and you better believe I'm picking that one up. So why don't you guys go on the journey with me, pick that one up, let me know what you think about it. If you don't want to pick that one up, Audible's got over 180,000 other titles for you to choose from. So you're going to find something that you really, really enjoy, and we're happy that you're going to find that for yourself. But please head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled, and hey, love you guys. Yeah,
I think I'm fucking weird about shit like that, though. I will drive myself literally insane watching YouTube videos and researching and trying to make the best decision.
Right.
And then I buy it, and then I have this like weird remorse.
I'll have to check to see. Well, first of all, I'm on Sprint, and they're god awful. I hate them so much. Unless you want to sponsor the podcast, in which case Sprint,
I'll go to Sprint.
Sprint has the best nationwide coverage of any other cell phone carrier in America. Mm-hmm. I'll be like the Verizon dude. I'll sell out. But I don't. I want to go back to like AT&T because they always had really, really great service. Mm-hmm. Not so much, great like coverage, but not so much like customer support and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I think if I ever made a jump to another carrier again, I'd see if there's some sort of Apple Watch, maybe get an upgrade or something like that.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's a good little tool, you know?
Yeah, I know has been 4 or 5 months back, I took my wife's Apple Watch into the Apple store because her little power, her button on the side of not the dial, but the other button.
Do you use that other button for anything other than turn it on and off?
I think if you double click it, you can do your app switcher.
Oh shit!
Oh no, double click it and it brings up Apple Pay. But if you do a single click click, it brings up your app switcher, and you can cycle through all your apps.
Why?
And then if you hold it, that's when you get all your power stuff.
Why don't I have Apple Pay set up on this? I set it up on my phone.
I think you have to do it through the Watch app on your phone. I love how this is like the tech support episode.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I got distracted.
No, dude.
Real excited.
It's fun. It's fun. I get the same way.
We're just two guys doing everything we can with what we got,
It's true. It's very true. Two guys doing everything we can with what we got. You've never said something more true in your life.
That's right. So speaking of getting distracted, I want to do a quick update on Jer.
Okay.
So I hung out with Jer this weekend. Had a good conversation with him about the podcast.
How's he doing?
He apologizes. He didn't realize that we were so excited about him coming on.
Oh, okay.
And he kind of thought that we were like doing it to make him happy in a way. Not necessarily that far, but and he lost hours and hours of notes in a IT issue.
Oh, yeah.
So he was kind of unmotivated to like get going.
Sure.
But he also really likes to prepare real hard. And I was like, no, man, I think you got enough in your like brain that you can keep us entertained for easily an hour, probably two. And there's obviously some crazy shit with Epstein going on, and the Clintons suicided someone else. So I think we need to talk about that. And then he was like, oh, I could probably just do that with like the 40 pages I have saved on my phone. I'm like, Jared, what the fuck are you talking about? You need more work. You got everything you need. So we are going to get that scheduled here shortly.
Okay.
I think that the delay will probably be on my end, because I would like to do it on a weekend where we can sit down and like pound out 2 hours, and that's tough on a weeknight.
Sure.
And I'm working this weekend, and then next weekend I have a wedding, and then the weekend after I'm in California for a wedding.
So realistically, next month or something
September. I think we'll have it in September for sure. But I think if we can, find out a time and that we can maybe pound out 2 hours on a weeknight, we could do it. Again, that's mostly my issue because I'm pretty committed to the gym, preparing for my tournament. But I do want to get it done, and I'm really excited. And I talked to him a bit about some stuff, and there's some pretty crazy shit. Like, the first few series, we laid some ground rules around staying away from like Pizzagate and stuff like that. But now I think we have to address it. I think we gotta go. Well,
it's topical, right? It's not just bringing it up for the sake of bringing it up. There's actually something with substance that is relevant to right now. Yeah,
exactly. And I'm telling you, I've known Jared for 22 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's been getting into this like conspiracy, I'd say in the last like 4 years or so, 3-4 years. He said some crazy shit to me over the last 3 or 4 years. A lot of it's coming true.
Hey, I mean,
I'm fucking terrified. It's terrifying.
It is. It's very terrifying. Well, Jer, I don't know if you religiously listen to every week of the podcast. Hopefully you do. I know there's no joke. I'm looking forward to you getting back on, man. We always have really interesting conversations, and definitely eye-opening. And even if I might not believe everything at face value. It's definitely interesting to sort of think about for a bit. So
I'm not saying I'm a believer, but I am saying there's some pretty interesting coincidences, parallels, facts now. I don't know, some crazy shit out there.
I mean, the fact that, we can get into this with Jer next month or whatever, but just something I heard today, and I don't know all the facts about the Epstein case, but something I do know is he was supposed to be checked every 30 minutes, even outside of, he wasn't on suicide watch anymore, but he was still supposed to be checked every 30 minutes, and then the time when he killed himself, he hadn't been checked in like a few hours.
Was on suicide watch and then was miraculously taken off of suicide watch. It was supposed to be checked on every 30 minutes because high profile. His cell had a bunch of cameras in it to watch him.
And he had a cellmate that was that had left.
Miraculously, cellmate leaves. The guard who's supposed to check in on him doesn't. I don't know. He has to tie his shoe, blow his nose, take a shit. Who knows?
For 3 hours.
And all of the cameras just stop working.
Go fucking figure.
New York, which is the Clinton state. I'm just saying.
It's true. Well, yeah. I mean, it's Hillary Clinton's state.
Bill Clinton has spent a lot of time on that island.
Yeah. Oh, he has.
Apparently 26 documented trips.
Yeah.
So it's at what point I don't want to get too far into this because I know we want to save some stuff, but this is a far-fetched story. So let's talk about this for now. I'm not saying this is true. I'm just saying there's some really interesting parallels that could lead someone, or you could understand why someone would believe in this.
Right.
What do you think it would take for the American government to, or not the American government, the American people to come to and say, holy shit, the Clintons are actually this crazy entity that, crazy, I don't want to say crazy because that's wrong. This crazy entity that these people who truly believe in conspiracy theories say they are. What kind of evidence? Will there always be deniers? I mean, there'll always be some deniers, but
there's always going to be deniers. But I think, I mean, there were a lot of people that were on Bill Clinton's side whenever the whole Monica Lewinsky show was going on.
He kind of blowy. Don't fire the man.
No,
I think he was actually a decent president.
Yeah, he did great things for the economy for sure during his presidency, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying that there were people that were on his side during that. There were people on his side when the whole I did not inhale or whatever he said. He's talking about smoking pot or whatever it was.
Oh my God! Yeah, get over pot, America. Come on.
So, but there were people that even after these things came to light, would be okay with dismissing just because they were who they were. I think if there was some sort of blood on their hands or some very heavy, hard data and proof that came to light, but they've been, if what is happening is true, they've been very good at covering their tracks.
Mm. Well, suiciding people is a great way to cover your tracks.
Yeah.
And the guy, the other one from earlier this week, I can't remember who he was. I think he was an investigator who shot himself in the head twice, committing suicide. Come on.
Yeah.
Coincidental once, twice, maybe 4 people that you work with commit suicide in your 40 years in politics. Maybe you're just a really bad boss. But there's something like 45 or some insane number that's 26 or 126 or something like that of people who have come out publicly against you or has connections or dirt on you just end up shooting themselves in the back of the head twice. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, I'm if you were this criminal crime lord, this mafiosa person, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, or not, if you were trying to kill someone and make it look like a suicide, you think the first thing you would say is, "Yo, don't shoot him twice,"
or don't shoot him in the back of the head.
Who are they
execution
hiring?
Style? Yeah.
Is this Roger Rabbit running around killing these people? Come on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm perplexed by the whole thing. I would to think, but then you know what? Absolute power breeds arrogance, and arrogance makes you sloppy. And I think that might be a case that might be part of the issue too. Is that you get to the point where we'll never get caught. Who gives a shit? And that's how they catch all those big criminals, right? They do it for so long, and they get lazy, and then they have that slip up.
That's true.
So, but we'll get into that more. Don't want to take away too much of Jared's thunder or bore people during the conspiracy.
I'm sure there's more episode to it that we're not aware of.
Mm-hmm. So, as you let out a big yawn, because clearly I'm boring you, I have a question for you.
Yeah, go for it.
What are some of the worst places you think you could take a nap?
Some of the worst places I could take a nap.
Yeah.
Air traffic controller.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Don't nap on that job.
Air traffic controller. My part-time gig of driving Uber. That'd be a very bad place to take a nap as well. Unless I have Clark Griswold driving skills, in which case I would just make it there. No problem.
You could take a nap and just not have anyone in your car, not make any money all night.
Well, while you're driving is what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely while you're driving.
And then I would say something like, I don't know, somebody who's in charge of something very important at a nuclear reactor or something like that.
Also fair.
Yeah.
I meant to pull up the story and I didn't, but I saw it and I meant to send it to myself and to you. The reason why I brought this was there is a Florida man. I'm pretty sure it was a Florida man. So
it always is. Yeah. It always is.
Who got incinerated accidentally because he took a nap in the incinerator.
What is that called? What is that? The law? What? The
Murphy's Law?
Is it Murphy's
Darwinism?
Law? Darwinism. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Darwinism at work right there. That's just.
Why?
So many places you could take a nap. You could take a nap outside of the incinerator.
On the desk, under the floor, on the autopsy table. If you're into that weird thing, maybe even take a nap in one of those weird like slidey morgue tray things where they keep dead bodies. Though I always wonder, like, you can't get unless there's like safety locks like in trunks where if you get shoved in one of those, you can just like pull this little latch.
I have a feeling there probably is. For safety reasons, just in case there's some kids or something running around, they gotta have a way to get out.
But yeah, like in the incinerator, maybe it was a winter day. Maybe he just had it on low. It's like you're sleeping by a sweet campfire. It's like, oh yeah, and someone's Florida? Like, oh fuck. So, well, that's a good point. It maybe wasn't Florida. I'm pretty sure it was Florida. I could be wrong. If we had a fact checker who was dependable, let us know. Shoot us a text. Walkie-talkie us if you have an Apple Watch.
There you go.
But, maybe it was low and some dude was walking by and was like, oh, someone put the wrong setting on, just cranked that bitch up. And that guy was such a deep sleeper that he didn't even notice.
He started sweating a little bit, and then before you know it, he's fully engulfed in flame.
He's dusted, just straight dusted.
Dude,
I think that is probably that guy one of the worst places.
Yeah, I would say so. There's not a good reason to sleep there.
The only other place I can think of that would be a bad place to take a nap would be maybe in like a torpedo tube.
Okay.
And then you just get launched out.
Sure. Yeah, that would not be a great spot either. Dude, that's so silly.
I don't get it. I don't get Americans in general. Y'all are fucking crazy.
Yeah, that guy also shops at Walmart. Just want to point that out. They lost a valuable customer. So
they did. They truly did. Zach. Yeah. And rest that guy's soul. I hope I hope there's a heaven and he's there and he's like, well, I fucked up, but hey, now I got a bunch of honeys in heaven.
Yeah.
Or nothing. Or he's like some psychopath and he burnt to death and that's what he needed and now he's in hell burning further. I don't know.
It's karma.
I don't know these things.
We don't know.
All I know is I've been real sleepy before and I've taken naps in weird places.
Mm-hmm.
I would never stick myself in an incinerator tube or a torpedo tube.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, that's like falling asleep while you're getting a what do they call it? Is it the CT scan? Is that the big magnet?
Oh, MRI. I've napped in MRI machines before, even though they're really loud. I love confined spaces. I'm weird. Like I'm a big guy. Uh-huh. I love tight spaces. I love crawling around. I love like camping, sleeping bags, burrito rolls. Like I build a pillow fort over my head every night when I go to bed. Allie thinks I'm fucking weird because I like will put pillows over top of my head. I love that feeling. I don't love that feeling enough to risk being burnt to death alive. Oh no, Zach, technical difficulties. We have a poor connection because Zach lives in America.
Jumbled is experiencing technical difficulties. Please hang around. We'll be right back after this.
What to do? Zach is unavailable. All right, guys. Well, that was this week's episode of Jumbled Podcast. Thanks for hanging out with Zach and I. I'm not going to do the outro bit because, well, I don't remember it. Zach is way better at it. And, well, he's contractually obligated to fulfill our sponsorship needs, not me, because he is the bread and butter of this podcast. So, thanks again for checking us out. Sorry this episode was a little short. Maybe that storm I was talking about made its way to Kansas City and blew out Zach's power. No idea. It's unfortunate. But give us a listen next week. Be prepared. We got some other interviews coming up. And if you have any ideas or things you want us to talk about, feel free to send them our way, either on social media, either our personal or Jumbled social media, or our emails. Anyways, thanks so much. Take care. Have a good night.
Is this thing on? Thanks, Johnny. Thanks for passing that back off to me. Hey, I I want to apologize. I don't know what happened there. All of my stuff just restarted. My router and I lost internet for like a minute and a half. But nevertheless, let's wrap this thing up. If you guys want to catch us on social media, just look up at Jumbled Podcast. That's our handle for all the major social media networks. If you want to send us any emails, that would be jumbledpodcast@gmail.com or johnny.jumbled@gmail.com. Remember, everybody say it together, dick pics only. I imagine you guys were cheering that along with me, and then now you're laughing. It's like a sitcom. If you would so kindly, please go over to audibletrial.com/jumbled. Get a free 30-day trial and a free audiobook to Audible, the premier audiobook provider of the internet. I'm going to say it. They're amazing. They have so much stuff there. You're going to be able to find something. We really recommend their service. We really appreciate them for bringing the podcast to you guys each and every week. And if you would go over to patreon.com/jumbled, give us $500 and get us an address. There will be video to go along with that. I promise. Always want to just drive that point home. We're not going to be promising something and not delivering. If you guys also could head over to iTunes, leave us a rating and review. It really helps out a lot. We're trying to bring some new sponsors on board, trying to diversify the things that we can provide you guys, and part of that is just doing us a solid and giving us a 5-star rating. If you think we deserve a 5-star rating, if you don't think we deserve a 5-star rating, still give us a 5-star rating, and then just bitch about it on social media like everybody. Anyway, I'm going to throw it back to myself and Johnny on the phone for the outro, and we appreciate you guys. Take it away, Zach and Johnny. Hey, Johnny, you're on speaker, and I'm still recording.
Oh, I stopped recording.
It's all good. No, I think I just got internet back, so
I did like a mini outro. So
You did an outro?
I did a mini one. You'll have to do the full one. I basically was like, yo, Zach decided to take a nap on the podcast. And then just kind of gave a little preview of what's coming up and said that you would do the sponsorship because you're contractually obligated to do so as the leader of this podcast. But I mean, we hit 40 minutes, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. Hey, one last thing though. I did want to ask you, what are you planning on getting me for my birthday tomorrow?
Well, I was going to get to that in the episode, but since you can't finish the episode, you'll have to wait till tomorrow.
I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, well...
It's going to be a dick pic for every hour.
All right, well, I'm going to record the outro separately, but we will see you guys next week for another episode of Jumbled, your favorite podcast. About what, Johnny?
about Zach taking nap in the middle of the fucking podcast.
I'm so irresponsible, dude. We'll see you guys later.